Retirement planning in a recession. What do you need to look for? What do you need to plan for if you are planning for retirement during a recession? What do you do if the stock market is down 20 or 30%, or you've had a stock market crash and you are thinking about stepping into retirement? What about your retirement income, your retirement investing accounts? What do you do? That's what we're going to talk about today on the Your Financial EKG YouTube channel. My name is Drew Blackson. I'm a certified retirement counselor, investment advisor representative, and I'm your virtual financial advisor, helping you get to retirement during a recession, helping you get through retirement during a recession, and protecting your ability to stay in retirement, especially during a recession. And the first thing that you want to look at if you are contemplating retirement during a recession is how much cash do I have on hand? Because cash is king. Cash is the thing that's going to help you bridge the gap in a recession. And what do I mean by bridge the gap? Well, many of you are going to use your retirement investing accounts for retirement income once you step into retirement. So that might be your IRAs, your 401ks, 403bs, Roth IRAs, or taxable brokerage accounts. But what if you step into retirement and your retirement investing accounts are down 30% because the stock market crashed? Then what are you going to use for retirement income? If you're under the age of 62, you can't start Social Security because Social Security eligibility doesn't start until you turn 62 years old. And for many of you, delaying your Social Security until 67 or 70 actually makes the most sense. So you don't want to start it too early. So now, what are you going to do? That's why you want to have a cash hedge. And you want to have a cash hedge for one real reason. It's to bridge the gap for retirement income. So let's think about it like two buckets of money, okay? So you've got your cash bucket over here. This is your cash. And then you have your bucket of money that is your retirement investing account. So that's going to be your IRA, your 401k, your 403b, your taxable brokerage account, anything that you have invested in the stock market that you're going to use for retirement income. Well, if the market is going down, if these accounts are going down, you're not going to want to pull from them for your retirement income. So let's say your retirement investing accounts are worth $1 million. And then the market goes down 10, 20, 30%. And now your retirement investing accounts are only worth $700,000 because the market has come down. And in the year you decided to retire, this is what happened to your retirement investing accounts. Where are you going to get your retirement income from? Well, originally you were going to take it off of your $1 million. And if you only needed, let's say, $40,000 a year off of this figure, that's only 4%. But now you need $40,000 off of $700,000. And that's not even thinking about inflation on that number. And normally during a recession, interest rates are going up, so inflation is going up as well. So now you need $40,000 plus inflation off a lower value, which means your percentage is going up that you're pulling out of your retirement investing accounts, which means how do I put this nicely? Your money's going to run out a lot sooner than you want it to. And so you might have to go back to work. You might have to get a part-time job. That's why you want to have a cash hedge. You have a cash hedge so that if this happens, you're able to pull retirement income from your cash. And what we recommend is 12 months to 3 years in cash and liquid investments. That way you can use this for retirement income. Maybe a portion of this, maybe not all the $40,000 needs to come out of cash. Maybe it does if there's a stock market crash, but a portion of this can come from your cash in your retirement portfolios or in a bank account, CDs, whatever. That way you're letting your retirement investing accounts grow back up with the market because the market will recover. We will not stay down forever. Historically, the stock market has averaged 10%. It's 8% with inflation. And over the last 100 years, the stock market has gone down 10% or more 100 times. So it doesn't happen consistently like every year, But over the last 100 years, the market's gone down 10% or more 100 times. So when you're retiring or in your retirement, odds are we're going to have another recession and we're going to have another stock market decline or stock market crash. And so you have this cash bucket that's readily available to use when you need it, especially during a recession and during a stock market crash. Now, once the market recovers, once your retirement investing accounts get back to where they were before the stock market crash, once they've recovered to a level that you feel comfortable, then you start replacing that retirement income from your cash out of your retirement investing accounts. But don't forget to continue to replenish your cash buckets. And so if you've got extra cash flow, now that you're taking money out of your retirement investing accounts, replenish your cash, because another recession, another stock market crash, another something will come where you're going to want that cash bucket. All right, the second factor you want to consider if you're doing retirement planning in a recession is you want to double check where your retirement income is going to come from. Now on this channel, we do a lot of can I retire videos or retirement income strategies for certain ages. Most people that I talk to want to retire in their 50s, mainly their mid-50s. So Can I Retire at 55 is one of my most popular YouTube videos. We need to look at that, because if you're going to retire at 55 during a recession, where's your retirement income going to come from? We just talked about why you would want a cash hedge to allow your retirement investments to recover. So what's the next source of guaranteed income that you're going to get in retirement if you're leaving your retirement investing accounts alone and you're using cash? Well, it's Social Security. And if you're retiring at 55, Social Security eligibility is 7 years away, age 62. From 55 to 67, which is your full retirement age, is 12 years. And from 55 to 70, which is a bonus money from Social Security, it's 15 years. And so you need to really understand, how long am I going to have to take money out of my retirement investing accounts before Social Security starts, especially if I'm retiring during a recession. So you want to double check your retirement income plan. Now the reason I say that is because we run Social Security maximization schedules for our clients. What we're trying to look at is, when does it make the most sense for them to claim Social Security? The one thing we can't take into account when we're running a Social Security maximization schedule for a client is, what's the stock market going to do? Because if you're in your 50s, if you're asking the question, can I retire at 55, and then you do it, and the stock market falls 30 or 40%, and you need to take retirement income out of your retirement investing accounts because you don't have a cash hedge, and you're thinking in your mind, well, I'm going to delay Social Security till 67, 70, you might have to reassess that plan. And you might need to take it at 62 just to give your retirement investing accounts time to recover. Think about it. If you're 55 and your $1 million goes to $700,000 and you need $40,000 to live off of, plus inflation, that's a huge percentage coming out of this $700,000. Now, where's my calculator at? Let me grab that real quick. Calculator. So think about this. 55 years old, $700,000. We're going to take $40,000 out of that per year. And let's just say we earn 2% a year between now and 62 because of the recession. If we take it annualized over a time frame, let's just say we earn 2% a year. So for 7 years, our $700,000, taking $40,000 out a year plus inflation for 7 years, goes to $504,818. So we have lost $200,000 in market cap because we're taking out $40,000 a year in retirement income, and we've lost $200,000 of our assets because the market's not growing enough to keep up with our retirement income withdrawal. And if you don't have a cash hedge, point number one, and you're thinking, well, I'm going to wait till 67 to take out Social Security, well, let's do this for 12 years real quick. If you wait till 67, This 540 now is at 412. Okay? So it might make sense to take Social Security at 62 to allow this to kind of come back up, to give it a little bit of time to move back up to the high side, and then we just reevaluate the plan. That's why you want to have a retirement income plan or a retirement investing strategy that's flexible. And we offer that here. It's called a Your Financial EKG. We look at the inside of your retirement plan. You might look great on the outside. You might have $1 million, but what does it look like on the inside? What about taxes? What about retirement income that's going to last throughout your retirement? And if you want a financial EKG, how to contact us is in the description below. Would be honored to help you put together a financial plan that gets you to retirement, through retirement, and protects your ability to stay in retirement during a recession. So the second thing you want to look at is reevaluate your retirement income plan. Planning for retirement during a recession, especially if you are already in retirement during a recession, what do you do? Well, one of the other factors you need to consider is adjusting your retirement investing accounts. Now, what do I mean by that? Think about how old you are right now, and think about how old you're going to be when you retire. Well, I'm 36. If I'm thinking about retiring at 60, I've got 24 years before I retire. So I have a long time horizon to let my investments grow no matter what the stock market is doing right now. But if you're 55 and you're considering retiring in a year, 2 years, 3 years, your time horizon, your runway is a lot shorter. And so when you look at your retirement investing accounts, are you still invested like you were at 40 and 30 and 20? Or are you invested for the time frame where you're at right now? Now, I understand that the stock market has done really well over the last 10, 15 years. If you look at the stock market and you look at the growth of the stock market over the last 10 years, it's averaged 15.5%. Now, take out the year 2022, just go from 2021 back, the stock market over the last 10 years has averaged 15.5%. So when I talk to you about adjusting your retirement investing accounts, many of you are going to roll your eyes because you go, hey, we just made a killing over the last decade. But do you think the next decade is going to be the same as the last decade? Maybe you do. But if you look at the stock market historically, all the way back to the 1900s, no decade has mirrored itself. And actually, between 1966 and 1982, because of high inflation, because of recessionary pressures, the Dow Jones Industrial Average never got above 1,000. And so you really got to think about, if I go into retirement today, can the market recover? Will the market recover? How long will it take the market to recover? So if you're investing like you're 30 and you're going to retire in the next 12 months, maybe you need to adjust your retirement investing accounts. I always like to ask my clients this, especially families who are deciding to hire me as their financial advisor. I always ask them, what rate of return on your retirement investing accounts would you be satisfied with in retirement? Give me a realistic number. And they'll say, well, Drew, if I made 5% for the rest of my retirement, I would be really happy. And I'd say, well, look, if we look at your retirement investing accounts right now, the risk that you're taking, you're trying to make 8, 9, 10%, but you're telling me all you need to make is 5% to be happy. And so there's a disconnect in our retirement investing accounts and our risk tolerance. And so that's something you definitely want to be thinking about, especially during a recession and if you're doing retirement planning in a recession. When we run a financial plan for clients, I'll be able to tell what rate of return that client needs to make sure that retirement income lasts forever. And many times it's a very, very low rate of return. They might only need to make 3 or 4% for the rest of their life in order for their investments to last forever. And so then I'll ask them, I'll say, really, you only need to make 3%. How much risk do you want to take? And so that's a question and a conversation that we have. It's a question and conversation that you need to have with me or with another financial advisor or with yourself. One of the ways that I kind of quantify this for people is using the rule of 100. Now, the rule of 100 is really simple. You take 100 and you subtract your age from it. So let's say you're 60. So 100 minus 60 is 40. Now, I don't need a calculator for that today, but 100 minus 60 is 40. And so what this says is 40% of your money should be invested in, let's say, growth, and 60% should be invested more for conservative, or I would just say stable, because many of you have 401k funds with stable value funds. The reason you do this is really, really simple. It's because you don't want to take too much risk on your retirement investing accounts as you get older, because you don't have the time horizon to make it up when the market goes down. Let me give you a great example. Grab the eraser real quick here. So let's say we use that same example, and let's just use $100,000, because 100,000 is just an easy number for me. Plus, it's an easy number to do while I'm filming. So $100,000, and we're going to do the same split. Let's say 60,000 is going to be our conservative money, and 40,000 is going to be our growth money. And just for our assumptions, let's say the market goes down 30%. Okay, now I do this with all of my clients, especially my new clients, because I want them to understand, and we use their values. I want them to see what risk tolerance they really want. That's really what I'm trying to get across to them, and saying, do you really need to have this amount of risk for your retirement? So let's say the stock market goes down 30%. The growth side is going to lose $12,000, right? So 40, 4, 8, 12, what's that, 28? So that's going to go to $28,000. That's a $12,000 loss. Let's say over here on the conservative and stable side, the market goes down 30, we don't lose anything. We just stay at 60,000. We don't make anything, but we don't lose anything. Okay? Now, I understand that if you're invested conservatively in a 30% market decline, you will still lose money. I just want to give you an example. I want to show you how we look at this, and then once we go from the board, we go into the software. So 60 stays at 60. Well, if you take the 12,000 and you divide that into 100,000, right? Take this into that, that's a 12% loss. So that means when the market fell 30%, you only lost 12. So we're able to quantify our risk by saying, we don't have to take the same amount of risk now that we are retired. So really, you want to be thinking about, how am I investing for retirement going forward? Because there will be another recession. There will be another stock market crash. There will be another whatever. We don't know. There's an unknown something out there that's going to cause the market to have extreme volatility, that's going to cause you to have nervousness, and you want to make sure that you have confidence to get to retirement, to get through retirement, and protect your ability to stay in retirement. Thank you so much for watching today. God bless. Bye-bye.